Hey everyone, it's Serica, and welcome to a chatty paint with me video. In this video, I am painting several objects that make me feel happy, things that I enjoy, and I'm going to be using Daniel Smith watercolor paints. I did these paintings over the course of several days, so you'll see lots of different lighting situations. I had to wait until nap time or bedtime when my kids went to sleep in order to find a free moment to paint, and I did it in little snippets, which went perfectly fine because watercolor needs to dry in between layers, so it worked out really well. While I paint today, I thought I would talk a little bit about finding balance as an artist and as a mother of two, because this is something that I've been thinking a lot about during this month that I've been taking care of my newborn. But before I begin today's topic, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. One of my favorite classes that I've taken recently was Painting with Thread, Modern Embroidery for Beginners by Danielle Clough. This class goes over all of the basic stitches you need for embroidery at a pace that is easy to follow along with, even for a beginner like myself. It's perfect for anyone who is already creatively inclined and wants to see their ideas come to life in a new, tactile form. Embroidery has quickly become a hobby that I can pick up and put down at a moment's notice. It's a mess-free way for me to incorporate more creativity into my busy schedule, just like I do with Skillshare. The first 1,000 people to use the link in the video description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare Premium. Before I became a mom, I was able to dedicate 40 hours or more every week to my art business, and I was able to also have a social life and do self-care. So before, I was able to paint, draw, edit videos, run my social media, do communications, and pack and send out orders. But now, I probably only have an hour or day to work on my art business, and that's also if I sacrifice things like self-care, exercise, and adequate rest. There were a few other options that we had considered, and one of them was daycare. However, the cost of childcare is so large that it's almost not worth it to send the kids to daycare. On top of that, with the world circumstances as they are, a lot of childcare providers shut down every now and then, and so it's just not even that stable. And a lot of my friends who have young children are constantly panicking because suddenly they're out of childcare options. And then the other option was for me to stop working entirely and just be a full-time caregiver for our young children. And I didn't want to do that either because this is just something that I'm super passionate about. I just can't give it up. Like I said, it's just not even an option for me. So where does that leave us? Well, I still want to be the best mom that I can be for my kids and be present in their lives. But I also want to be Oh, hi there. Hello. Hi, I'm here. I'm currently holding my baby right now as I do this voiceover, and she just cried, and I figured I might as well keep that part in here. But I want to be the best mom that I can be, and at the same time, I want to be an artist. How is that going to be sustainable? Well, I have cut out a lot of aspects of my work and a lot of aspects of my social life. And this isn't sustainable for many people, but I've had to really prioritize what I care about. And the rest can just wait until I have more time and energy to bring them back into my life. The first thing I had to do was to close my shop, and I've had so many questions about when my shop was going to reopen because I closed it for maternity leave. I gave myself like a month or so, but I decided to close it indefinitely because it's just not possible with my new schedule to fulfill all those orders. And This is unfortunate because my shop was a big part of my income. It is one of the larger income streams that I have, but like I said before, daycare is so costly that my income actually doesn't offset it enough for it to be worth it. So closing the shop allows me to not have to worry about making products, worrying about inventory, and sending all those out. And yeah, I hope one day to reopen my shop, like maybe in several years when both the kids are in school. And that's something that I still dream about. And, I had ideas for different kinds of products, getting products manufactured, and all of those things. All of those goals will have to be put on hold. Another thing that I've decided to do is to turn down opportunities from companies. And I've already been doing this for quite a while, ever since my first child was born. So I'm pretty used to saying no and turning down things that would otherwise be too much for me to handle. But now that I have a second one, I'm going to have to be even more strict about it. In fact, I'm probably going to not work with any companies or brands at all and just stick to making content on my own schedule because I need that flexibility. And well, obviously this video is sponsored because Skillshare is so cool and I already had a deal going on with them for a while now. But I'm not going to take anything new on. So this sucks because I am quite ambitious and I want to be able to have more streams of income, but I know that if I take on all these things, I'm going to be stressed out. I might end up neglecting my kids, and I might end up being disappointed in the results, especially if I half-ass it, if I'm running out of time because of a deadline. So I just have to be patient and know that good things will come later on in the future. Another way that I've been saving a little bit of time is by not being on Instagram very often. And I could make a whole separate video talking about this subject, but Instagram has become really discouraging for me as an artist, and several other creators have voiced this as well. It's a huge suck on our time and energy for very little gain and very little reward. In fact, a lot of people have been losing engagement for all of the effort that we're putting in. Instagram has really become a very difficult platform for artists to grow, especially if you have a smaller account. When I started on Instagram several years ago, it was definitely easier to grow if you posted consistently and you posted quality content that people wanted to see. But now, even if you're doing everything right and you're putting so much time and effort into creating reels, these little short videos that are basically ripoff of TikToks, it's still really difficult to grow. In fact, engagement is constantly dropping. I think it's important to spend your time on the platforms that are going to be most beneficial to you. And Instagram is also quite bad for my mental health and a lot of other people's mental health as well, which is totally not worth it. And when I spend time on YouTube, I don't feel that same drain on my mental health. So I'd rather be creating content for a platform that I actually enjoy using. And lastly, I am trying to shift my content away from journaling and focusing more on art. So I know that my channel literally says happy journaling, happy art making. It's going to be more happy art making from now on. And that's because I journal a lot about my kids. Journaling is about recording memories and documenting important milestones in my life. And since my life is so intertwined with my kids right now, especially at this stage where they are completely dependent on me, I am pasting a lot of photos in my journals. I'm writing about them, and I'm also doing that in my planner. So I'm writing their appointments, I'm writing their schedule, I'm writing little notes to myself about my kids. I want to protect their privacy, and I've been really good about not showing their faces on any of my platform. Every time I make a vlog and they're in it, I'm sure to crop the footage or just make sure their faces aren't in it. Not to mention, I really haven't been journaling very much. I have been writing a few words a day because I really want to record these memories, and I have been using the smaller passport-sized traveler's notebook to write everything. And as far as decorating my journals, it's very minimal. So I feel like there's not much content to be made there anyway. I'm enjoying these paintings so much. Like I mentioned, I've been doing them over the course of several days. It's just very mindful and I enjoy the process so much. So that's why I'm shifting my content. I hope you understand and I hope that you get enjoyment out of these types of videos as well. Alright, so the fact that I am painting these stars means that the video is almost over. I hope you enjoyed this process video of me painting. I certainly enjoyed the process and I love how it turned out. I'm honestly so pleased with it. Whenever I take my time with my painting process, it just turns out so much better, and I feel like I just need to embrace the fact that I'm a very slow painter. And with that being said, I hope you all are doing well. I am so glad to be making YouTube videos again. Until the next video, happy art making, and I will see you next time. Bye.